What's good with y'all, man? It's your boy Will back with another video. Now today we're gonna be bringing up and thinking about and comparing and contrasting. I got a comment made me think about doing this video. Do you guys feel like the Browns defense will be better than the Browns offense? I've been getting a lot of comments and a lot of people I've been reading in Twitter sections have been making this Browns defense sound like a top 5 unit. And been making this offense sounds like the quarterback play, the receiver play isn't that good. Almost like a subpar offense. Some people actually talk about our offense like we're like the Steelers sometimes, man. It's like crazy to me. So I just wanted to go back and look at some different things and bring up some different point of views on why I feel like the offense is much better than the defense, and why we should expect that to follow suit. Now, I could always be wrong, man. Man of my word, can always say I'm wrong. But a couple things that stand out to me. If you look back at last year, where we struggled at on offense and on defense, has strictly been the run. On offense, we have ran the ball great, and we have passed the ball terribly. On defense, we have played the passing great, top 10 unit. It's funny because I made a video saying like, hey, can they be a top 5 secondary? This Browns team ranked like top 12 in all passing yard numbers, despite all the blown coverages. If they cleaned up some of those blown coverages, some of them bad games where they just had guys wide open, they probably would have been a top 5 unit last year. On top of that, adding and switching out Juan Thornhill and upgrading the safety room, I'm kind of leaning towards believing that it's going to be a top 5 secondary. What I'm not leaning towards is believing that this run defense is just going to be fixed overnight. We have one of the worst run defenses in the league. Statistically, all the numbers is in the bottom of the league. And then all our pass numbers is in the bottom of the league. Now let's look at the last 2 years. And let's look at the key additions that the Browns have did on offense and on defense to fix these issues, because they've been consistent problems. You traded for Deshaun Watson. And for some of those that want to critique or act like, we just didn't do that, or act like it's like not the same, I would say that for one, I think we should really evaluate this year of Deshaun and make our honest opinion on it. Making an opinion off of 6 games, no matter if you're right or wrong, it's going to have you looking a little silly, Because you can say Deshaun's the GOAT and he be trash. You can say Deshaun's trash and he's the GOAT. You're going to look stupid regardless. It's best to just hold your opinion. You can have a feeling he's not good. You can have a saying. But at the end of the day, this guy is, top 5 all time in certain passing yards and passing numbers. And I know some people say, oh, garbage time this, garbage time that. But shit, Kirk Cousins ain't top 5 in QBR all time. Kirk Cousins ain't throwing for 5,000 yards. Dak Prescott ain't throwing for 5,000 yards. That's usually what we usually see in guys that are on bad teams that's at elite level. The only person I could see that threw for 5,000 yards that wasn't good was Jameis Winston, who went, 30 for 30? So I feel like it's just not smart to make hard, solid opinions on the quarterback position, especially when he only played 6 games and it was in a season where his offense wasn't even tailored towards the quarterback. Moving past that, the Browns have signed and traded for Amari Cooper, Elijah Moore, Cedric Tillman, David Bell, I'm missing one, Marquise Godwin, and they lost guys like Jarvis, lost guys like Odell. So the wide receiver room and the quarterback room, no matter how you want to feel about these guys, has been upgraded. We have a better wide receiver room, a better tight end room, and a better quarterback room across the board rather than what we had in recent memory. Now let's look at defense. I would say we have a better edge room. Defensive tackle room, I feel like we have gotten one guy. I don't see us at all actually being an elite rushing defense. I think we're still going to be middle of the pack at best on rushing defense. And that's still going to lead to some of the gashes and, getting gashed up the field and up the middle. I still think that's going to happen a little bit. This defense, Besides adding Juan Thornhill and replacing him with replacing JJ with Juan Thornhill and replacing Jadeveon Clowney with Darius Smith and adding Dalvin Tomlinson, those are significant upgrades. But over the past couple of years, like that's pretty much the only upgrades they have made. I still think this defense is going to be good. I think it's going to be a top 12 defense. I'm sticking to that point. But I'm not going to go out here and say the defense has a higher potential than the offense, because that's just simply not true. If we look back at recent memories, Kevin Stefanski has always had good offenses when he had continuity and he had chemistry with his quarterback position. He got the best years out of Baker Mayfield. He got the best year out of Jacoby Brissett. He got the best year out of Kirk Cousins. What makes you think he can't get the best year out of Deshaun Watson? You know? We flip to the other page. Myles Garrett's been on this team. Denzel Ward's been on this team. Greg Newsome's been on this team. Mark Emerson, he only played 1 year. Grant Delpit only played, they've been on this team. It's the same key players. Well, with bad habits that they have established and learned from bad coaching. So it's no way that you can expect a top 15 offense to go worser with a better talent level around them and with an offensive-minded coach. But some of you guys expect the defense that, first off, we have an offensive-minded head coach. And second off, we have one of the worst rushing defenses in the league. And all we have done to fix that is add Dalvin Tomlinson in the middle. So to expect us to go from the 29th ranked rushing defense all the way up to like 9th, 8th, 5th from just adding Dalvin Tomlinson, who's not a superstar, by the way. It's just delusional. So, some people get mad at me for making these points, but let's be real here. Other than Dalvin Tomlinson and Zadarius Smith, we could add Maurice Hurst, who's a question mark. Zadarius Smith and Dalvin Tomlinson is the only, veteran. Now, I can see the significant upgrade is there, but that's exactly why I'm saying that the Browns should be a top 12 unit. I felt like if this Browns team had better coaching and the same defensive tackles, I say like top 20 unit. But I think the addition of Dalvin Tomlinson and Zadarius Smith should put them up to top 12. That's just my opinion on it. I think this offense should be great. We got guys like Elijah Moore that people rave about Elijah Moore off the field and how good and talented he is. Giving them Deshaun Watson, giving Amari Cooper Deshaun Watson, Donovan Peoples-Jones. I think the offense really just got to come down to healthy. The offense is a couple of bad injuries, knock on wood. The offense is a couple bad injuries away from being in trouble. I think that's my biggest problem with the offense. I think the defense definitely is deeper, but I think the offense is definitely, you can say they kind of equal on the talent level, but I will say that the offense is definitely more top heavy. The defense is definitely more the depth, but the offense can be more explosive than this defense, just simply based off what the quarterback can do. Now, if QB goes down or a couple wide receivers go down or running back goes down, knock on wood that doesn't happen, the offense is going to be in some trouble. But if Deshaun's out there and you still got, DPJ and Amore and you still got Cedric Tillman, I feel like the wide receivers have a little bit more depth than they had, a lot more depth than they had last year, which would bode well. I think my main concern is just hoping that Jerome Ford is good. I feel like that's something that we should really pay attention to because we don't want nothing to happen. We don't want Nick Chubb missing the game. He played a full season last year. And he's a running back. They get beat up. What's the chances of Nick Chubb playing 2 full healthy seasons without missing a game? He missed the game the year before that. So he's probably going to miss one game or two. If we just want to be realistic. The wide receiver room, one of those guys is probably going to miss one game or two. The cornerback room, one of those guys is probably going to miss one game or two. That's pretty much how it has consistently been over the couple of years. We've never dealt with, we had one quarterback injury. We've never dealt with a guy being suspended, have a major key player like a quarterback, never dealt with a QB getting suspended for 11 games. So I feel like this is just the perfect time to just sit back and allow these guys to show us what they are. And we can see if Deshaun's a good quarterback. We can see if Jerome Ford is a good backup. We can see if this defense is actually good or if it was really just not Joe Wood's fault and it's actually the talent levels on these guys that we thought were good that's not really good. So you guys comment down below how y'all feel about it, man. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all think the defense could be better than the offense, or you're more on the side of the offense is going to be what carries us and the defense is going to keep us, at stale and at bay. I feel like as long as this defense makes more turnovers and gets more sacks, and the offense continues to grow and Deshaun beats Deshaun, that's an easy 11-win team, in my opinion. Now, what can get us over the hump would be top 5 quarterback play mixed in with a great defense, with a top 10 defense. Top 5 quarterback play with a top 10 defense, that's a scary football team. With Nick Chubb and that offensive line, that is a very, very dangerous down the road football team. So that's my opinion, man. This Browns team have a lot of potential to be great. It is also a lot of potential for them to flop. So like I said, and I'll continue to say it, this is the most impactful and biggest year in Cleveland Browns sports history within the last 30, 40 years. Since the last time we went to the Super Bowl, this is the most talented. Well, I ain't even gonna say talented. This roster has the highest ceiling out of any roster that the Cleveland Browns has put together. No matter if you disagree with the players that are gonna pan out or not gonna pan out, they have the highest ceiling. So we're gonna look back in a couple of years and we're gonna look at this roster and gonna be like, damn, did we capitalize? Or did we fumble and did history repeat itself? We shall see, man. Football in a month. Y'all take care, man. It's your boy Will. I'm out.